Hey guys, and welcome back to another book video with your two favorite book nerds, Amy
and Kelly.
Today we are going to be bringing you some of our cozy fall recommendations. Kind of. We were talking just now about how it was really difficult for us to find books that were like cozy fall, because those aren't really the books we typically read.
Which is weird, because it's our favorite season.
Exactly.
And
like, who doesn't love a good cozy book?
I know. But I was also thinking earlier, like, when you think of fall, what comes to mind?
Halloween.
See? So I was like trying to go through, okay, my five senses kind of thing, you know, okay, what's the first smell that comes to mind when I think of fall?
Pumpkin spice.
Dead leaves.
Oh yeah, dead leaves. True.
Dead leaves and spice. Mine's apple spices. And then I was like, okay, so color, orange. And well, feel is a little more cozy because it's like soft sweater, cozy hoodie sweatshirt. But yeah, I was like, wow, I think I'm skipping the cozy vibes altogether. Like, dead leaves. Anyway, yeah, so cozy isn't really, I don't know.
I love to be cozy.
Yeah.
With a book. But I don't choose books that make me feel cozy, generally, if that makes sense.
Some I do, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, our fall vibes tend to skew towards spooky, not pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah. I'm not a PSL girl. I'm not a PSL girly.
So this is what you're going to get from us and what our definition of cozy fall reads are.
Honestly, I think we did pretty good.
I do too.
At picking books.
Not bad.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into these books. First up, we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So this is a story about these two publicists, editors who hate each other but end up falling in love. All of that fun jazz. The reason why I picked this book, even though it's like a romance, whatever, it's like they go and vacation in this small, like, hallmarky town. So really, this could honestly be like a good winter read, but just like their little arc from being like enemies to lovers in this small hallmarky town with a bookstore and
mountain town.
Yeah.
Woods. I almost picked that one too.
Yeah, I'm like, this is giving me the cozy feels for sure. So yeah, it is such a good book. Oh, can't go wrong with Emily Henry, let me tell you. You really can't. I've yet to find one of hers I haven't liked. That's coming from a horror reader, okay?
Who generally doesn't like romance in her books.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first one I'm going with is The Onion Girl by Charles DeLint. So this is, Charles DeLint has a whole series of books set in this fictional Canadian town. And Jilly Coppercorn is one recurring character through this whole series. And this book is finally the start of Jilly's story. So she is a painter in this town. Charles DeLint is considered like one of the founding figures of urban fantasy. So in this small town, there's lots of magic. They're, you know, in the real world. And so, well, hello, George. Another fall vibe. My long-haired cat, George, who's decided to...
He's being nice today.
He is. Okay. Last time it was Penny. Now it's George. Okay. Anyway. In Jilly's paintings, there's always some kind of like little magical piece to it. And there is a certain population of magical little people in these towns, and Jilly is like connected with them and a friend to them. So they're running through these whole books anyway. The book is actually set in the springtime. So, you know, that obviously isn't why I chose it. But Jilly's story is a bit dark. She came from a pretty nasty domestic violence, neglect kind of home. And so this is Jilly finally having her past come back to her and finally having to reconcile with her past. So I picked it because it's a little dark, but it's also because it's Jilly. And I've read all of these books, so I've known her and her personality, and so just getting to know her better and seeing what all she's been through and how she deals with things, and finally maybe like getting a relationship that has been burning through this whole series. It just, I don't know, it just feels fall to me. So even though it's set in the spring, but whatever, there's that. And because I hardly ever mention Charles DeLint, and I love his books, so I wanted to include him.
I'm nervous.
You should be. Stop. If you're gonna be mean, you're leaving.
It's scary times over here. Okay, my next one is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. So this is a book about a girl who ends up becoming assistant to a villain, and they have like a little bit of a romance happening throughout it, and it honestly, it's wild, it's wacky, it's fun, and I love the vibes of this book. It's literally a book that's like not meant to be taken seriously, so I think that's what makes it a perfect contender for like a cozy book, because it's one that you can just sit down and have fun with. And this book had me laughing, and also like the castle vibes and stuff throughout this, where the villain lives, and like the heads on the ceiling, and like all of them hanging from the ceiling, like all of it. Yeah. It's just so great. And then Kingsley the frog here, oh my goodness. Yeah. This book is so freaking amazing, and I think it's like a perfect cozy read just based on all of that. Big stretch.
What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come lay down over here. Just, butts in cameras are not attractive. Alright, just come lay down. Good boy.
He's like, what about in our faces?
The tail in the face. That's a good spot for you, George.
Good job, Georgie.
Good job. Okay.
But yeah,
he's got this look on his face like, just stop. Georgie.
But yeah, no, I absolutely love it. It was so much fun to read, and just fun the whole way through, and I cannot wait to read Apprentice to the Villain. That's one that I really want to get to this fall. Yes.
The second one.
Yes, the sequel to it.
I've had forever and haven't read yet.
Same. Yeah. So maybe that will be a buddy read of ours this fall or something.
It could be.
Could be.
It could be.
Anyway, yep. Highly recommend that one for sure.
So my next one is what, for me, is like quintessential fall book. And it is actually set in the fall. So there is that. But that is Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. This has all the fall vibes. It's got the weather and the leaves, and there is a dark circus that comes to town and starts preying upon the people in the town, and these two young boys who are like just preteens, 12, 13, figuring it out, and all these fantastical things are happening. And it just has all the feels for me anyway.
I don't disagree. I didn't like that book.
She didn't like it.
But I don't disagree with what you're saying.
And I just really also feel like the way that Ray Bradbury writes in these, the words that he chooses, the sentence structure that he chooses just is fall. It just really is. So yeah.
I was gonna say that if you didn't.
Yeah.
Because even though I don't like his writing. Sorry to the Bradbury fans. I do think that it's just so like lyrical.
Yeah.
And just
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's a journey.
The one scene that always sticks with me is in the beginning, and the two boys are walking from their house to the library, and they just being young boys. They're running, they're shoving each other, they're, you know, just wrestling around. And the way he writes about the leaves that are blowing, and it's just like these boys are tumbling like the leaves up to the library. And, it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
She's over here making me want to reread this book, even though I know that I don't like it.
Perfect. And the dark circus, the merry-go-rounds in the dark circus.
I might have to reread it.
It's lovely.
Maybe I've grown as a reader.
Maybe we should buddy read that again. Reread. Both of us can reread it. We'll buddy read it together, and we can talk about it while we're reading.
I would not be mad about that. Because I did just read The Monstrologist by Rick Yancey, and I compared his writing style to Bradbury, and I did enjoy The Monstrologist.
And I have that on my list. I want to read that this fall too.
Yeah, so that is perfect. Why did I put that on my list?
I don't know.
That is a perfect fall series. Well, but anyway, my next one is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. You guys know. You guys know. I've talked about this book. We've talked about this book. George.
Okay. All right, there we go.
We've talked about this book in excess on this channel because we love it so much. So if you don't already know what it is about, I don't know how you don't know what it's already about, but we have Hart, who is a a ranger, what do they call him? Marshal, exactly, in Tanria, and Mercy, who is an undertaker, and it's just kind of like following their enemies to lovers arc as well, for a completely misunderstanding at the beginning, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, they're really enemies.
Yeah, they weren't really enemies. They just kind of like
dislike.
A very strong dislike.
Lovers. Strong dislike to lovers.
Yeah, but it just...
The letters. It's a whole you've got mail sort of situation, but with magic.
Yeah.
And
like this book, oh my gosh, the way this book made me feel. It's rare for a book to make me feel the emotions that this book made me feel.
Oh, you know, another one I could have picked too, because I'm thinking about the letters, is Divine Rivals. That had a very fall feel to it.
Divine Rivals. We should have picked that one.
That had a very fall feel to it. So there's your bonus recommendation.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 bonus recommendations.
Rebecca Ross.
Divine Rivals and The Monstrologist.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this was absolutely amazing. Like, this is a book that made me want to just sit down and like curl up and read for hours and hours and hours, which anymore for me is not a very typical thing, because my ADHD is way too strong for me to want to sit and just read for hours. Like, I gotta do it in spurts.
There you go. It conquers ADHD.
It conquers. It's the cure. It's the cure. It's the cure. Not the band, the medicine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's absolutely freaking amazing and perfect to read any time of year, not just fall, but yeah. And it also has some kind of like spooky, a little bit of a spooky.
I was gonna say, you didn't mention the one thing that would make it like perfect fall for me.
It does have some things in it that are kind of spooky. So, yeah.
It's not a spoiler. It's in the description.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty sure. And there are skeleton hands on the cover, so
I don't see it in
there
the
you go.
description.
Isn't it? I thought it was it not? Huh, I guess not. Wow.
Yeah.
The description doesn't even talk about the whole other plot.
Yeah, no.
Well, just know there's spooky other things in there.
There are, and they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one, I chose The Will in the Wilds by Charlie Holmberg. There's this girl who lives with her father who is aging and having some dementia problems. So she's caretaking him, and they live on the edge of this wood that's known to be, well, we'll just say haunted. Charlie Holmberg's world building tends to be a little out there sometimes, and so I can't really say what she calls things without explaining it, and I'm not going to do that. Anyway, one creature that comes out of the woods threatens this young girl's life, and in order to try and save herself, she makes a deal with a demon. Now, this deal has some unexpected side effects, and it traps this demon in the real world. And the only cure, or the only way he can sort of temporarily save himself, is through a kiss from the young girl that steals a part of her soul to keep him alive. But of course, the problem there is that when you steal a part of her soul, she can't live for very long without her soul. So these two have to embark on this kind of quest to save each other. That's very simplistic, but there it is. It's also not set in the fall, but edge of a spooky woods. It's got magical creatures. It's got demons. There's a love story, and normally I don't like love stories, but Charlie Holmberg's love stories get me every time. So that's why I picked it. The edge of a dark, spooky wood. At any time in the year is always going to have fall vibes for me.
Yes.
But it's really good. I love this book so much.
Good.
It's one of my favorites of hers. Right up there with Followed by Frost, which is my one of my ultimate favorite books.
That book is so good.
It says right up there. It's not, I don't like it as well as that one, but it is a very close, probably second.
Followed by Frost was a surprise like for me.
Yeah.
I was not anticipating liking it
And
near as much as I did.
I have always been surprised that she's not more popular than she is, because her world building is exceptional. It's so creative, and every book she writes is different, except for like one series. She has like 5 books, I think, set in the same world, but other than that, they're all completely different.
That's
so
impressive.
Yeah, it always amazes me. So anyway, read Charlie.
Read Charlie.
Read Charlie.
Well, my next book is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. Haha! I did it! So this book is about this girl who is posting YouTube videos online pretending to be a witch, thinking that she is actually a witch, but she is posting them thinking no one's going to take her seriously.
Yeah.
And then one day, these people, she gets a message saying that someone is requesting her to come out to teach these 3 little girls how to control their magic.
Right.
Yeah, because they are also witches and all of that. So she is skeptical at first, but goes out to go and see what it is all about and meet the girls and all of that. And it kind of just follows their adventures of her trying to teach the unruly children who do not want her there.
Do not want her there.
Do not want her there. And also having to deal with Jamie, one of the caretakers of the kids, who is... Prickly is not... I need something more than prickly, because he's like very off-putting.
He's like, almost hostile at first.
Yes, very much so.
Well, and everybody is very protective of these children. There's like 5 people that are on this estate, and they're all very protective of the girls. And so Jamie takes the whole like, get away, we don't want you here, in order to protect the girls. Where the others are like, they need to be taught, bring them in.
Right. Because I don't think Jamie knew that she was coming in at first, or they went and like, I don't remember
for sure.
I just know that one of the other guys had put it all together.
Was the one
that
was
kind of like asked for forgiveness instead of permission or something kind of a situation. But
or they talked about it and Jamie wasn't in favor and the guy did it anyway kind of thing. I don't remember
something
for sure.
Maybe
but
like that.
Anyway,
But it's just, it has so many like cozy vibes all throughout it. I mean, obviously you have witches and magic, so there's like 2 of the most important cozy vibes, but then also you have the little romance between Jamie and Mika Moon, and
the best cozy fantasy name ever.
yes, and it's just so fun. Like, honestly, the magic is what makes it like the most cozy for me.
Yeah. And
just like the way that her magic works through the book, and like the kind of like found family aspect to it as well. It just all comes together in a big old cauldron to make a beautiful cozy fantasy book. And it's a good time. I love it. Absolutely love it.
All right, so my next one is A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. And this book follows a tea monk I cannot remember his name. Isn't that terrible? Okay, his name is, Sibling Dex. Their name is Sibling Dex. And they're kind of having this like crisis of identity, not knowing what they want to do. And so they decide to go out on the road in this little interesting little cart and be a traveling tea monk. So, and one of their parts, they decide that even just this traveling through is not quite enough. And so they read about this abandoned monastery. And they seem to think that if they can just find that place, they might have some answers to what they're looking for. So first day out in the wilds, he meets this robot named Moscap, and it's already getting way too detailed. So at some point in time, like, the robots gained awareness and they left humanity because they were seeing that this was going in no good ways that was benefiting humanity. So instead of like the people going out in the wilds, leaving technology in the city, the technology left the city and went out into the wilds. So in all of this time, the robots have finally decided that they need to check up on humanity and how they're doing. And so they send Moscap out with one question for humans: what do you need? And so, of course, he meets up with probably the one person who cannot answer that question. So Moscap decides to join Sibling Dex to go to this abandoned monastery in search of some answers. And the reason I picked this is obviously this relationship is so cozy. It's a found family feeling. They're out in the wilderness, and as I said, any woods, any time of year is going to feel fall to me, but also this abandoned monastery. You know, you just get this idea of wind blowing leaves through an abandoned place, and that's very fall to me.
Yeah.
It's sad that that's very cozy to me.
Dead leaves. Dead leaves blowing in the wind.
Through an abandoned monastery. That screams coziness to me.
I don't disagree.
There's something wrong with us. Anyway, and it's funny too. Moscap, and obviously not having frame of reference for a lot of things that Sibling Dex says is it's just funny in his reactions, or their reactions. So anyway, and it's short too, so you can read it in a cozy fall afternoon. So there you go.
Okay. I'm just going in this order.
Go in order.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Finley Donovan is Killing It by El Cosimano. My new, recently found favorite series that I just cannot get enough of. Oh my freaking goodness, you guys. So this is about Finley Donovan, who is a writer. She does like romantic mystery books. And one day she's sitting at Panera, I think, talking to her editor, question mark. I still don't remember what her relationship is, but what she does for Finley. But anyway, they're talking about her new upcoming book and how she is talking about like the main character needs to like get rid of her husband and like all of this stuff, and this lady overhears them talking and thinks that Finley is actually an assassin, and she tries to hire her to take out her problem husband, and it just goes off from there. Finley gets involved in a lot of crazy things and somehow gets mixed up with the mafia, and just, it's a wild journey, but it's so freaking fun. It's so fun, and the mystery in it is great. Every time, like every single book, there's like a new threat that arises, but like it doesn't feel forced ever. It just kind of like, yeah, that trajectory totally makes sense, even though like it's so unrealistic.
That ridiculous thing makes perfect sense.
Yes, it does, and I'm here for it all, like the whole way through, and it has some funny moments. It's not as funny as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be just like a totally ridiculous whatever, but the mystery is actually like really good. Like I'm like, how the heck are we gonna get out of this, Finley? How are we gonna do this? Yeah. And it's just, oh, it's so good. And like Vero, her nanny slash accountant slash whatever, is hilarious. Freaking love her. And just like all the different relationships in this book are so good. So good. And like her and Barrow have like a little bit of a found family aspect to them as well, and it's a fun time. It's such a fun time. Like, this series is perfect any time of year, but I would cozy up with this anytime. I love it. Absolutely love it.
So my next one is Uprooted by Naomi Novik, which I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before. Our main character, I don't even remember her name, it doesn't matter, lives in a village next to a, you guessed it, great big spooky old woods. And things that come out of this wood are like weird and damaged in some way. So there's something in the wood that just corrupts things. So in order to protect the villages that are around there, there is this wizard who lives in a tower called the Dragon. But as a tithe, every 4 years, he comes to the village and selects one girl to come back to his tower to be his servant. Nobody quite knows what that means. But when unexpectedly our main character is chosen that year, it really does just mean his servant. But come to find out, the reason that he was pulled so strongly to choose her was because she has some magical abilities. And so throughout this book, there is this threat of this wood, there is a threat of an invading country, and so all of that goes along with a little bit of a hint of a romance in it as well. Big spooky woods, tower in the woods, spooky, like almost Jane Eyre, what was his name? What was his name? I don't know either. That's horrible. Anyway, the guy in Jane Eyre. That kind of esque person in the tower, the grumpy, mysterious kind of boss.
Mr. Rochester?
Okay. So almost a Mr. Rochester kind of character, like mysterious and grumpy and secretive past kind of thing. So that, you know, Jane Eyre always gives me that fall gothic vibe.
Another recommendation.
Another recommendation. But it's the wood, because so much of what's going on here has to do with this power in the wood that corrupts. And there is, apparently, I think Baba Yaga is something of a fall character, because I've got two. But there's some hints of a Baba Yaga folklore character in here as well. So that is that.
Alright, my next book is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. This is a locked door murder mystery where we follow Ernest and his family as they try and figure out who the murderer is among them this time, because they've all killed someone at some point. So, you know, this time around, who is the one actually committing the murders? And the locked door murder mystery is always going to be a cozy vibe for me. Like, I don't even care if it's a good locked door murder mystery or not. It's just always gonna be a good cozy vibe. And this one is done extremely well. I absolutely love how they have like the kind of like the Office moments where they look at the camera kind of a thing.
Yeah.
This book has that, where he's like addressing the reader directly while still in the story. And I love that so much. And it's so well done. The like the mystery itself. Like, I did not predict how this was all gonna play out, but when it did play out, it all made sense. And I appreciated that so much. And I'm so glad that they went back through too, and they're just like, here's the clues, and here's where, like, what you missed, and why it all worked out this way. I'm like, oh, thank God. I needed the recap.
What's funny is, like, right up front, like in the very first chapter, Ernest addressing the audience says that, unlike other mystery authors, I will not lie to you. I will not mislead you. And then he like goes through and says, there's a clue on this page in this chapter, and then this clue will be in this page, and he like lays it all out, and I still didn't get it.
Oh yeah, no, I missed all of the clues.
I did
pretty
too.
Much.
I did too. But they literally give you the outline in the first chapter, and and then at the end, when he's doing that Sherlock type reveal, which I love so much.
Also a cozy vibe.
Yeah. It was. And yeah, I missed every single thing, but it was all there.
Yeah. So well done. Highly, highly recommend it, for sure. I really can't wait to read Everyone on the Train is a Suspect.
Yeah, it's a good one too. So, alright. Along with my Baba Yaga theme, apparently, I have Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nethercott. And this is a story about the two Yaga siblings, a brother and a sister, and they are estranged. The sister is a little more responsible, holds a job kind of thing, and the brother is, not so good. He's basically a hobo.
I mean, it kind of sounds right.
Yeah.
You know, sisters are always a little bit more.
A little bit more. Did you hear that, Adam?
That's good, yeah. He doesn't watch these videos. It's okay. I can say whatever I want about my little brother.
I have an older sister too, so. So in this book, the siblings get notified that they have gotten an inheritance from their, I think it's aunt, like a great aunt. But in order to claim this inheritance, it's a physical object. They both have to be present to receive it. So they have to get back together again. So they do, and they go together, and it's this huge crate. And when it's opened up, they find a house on chicken legs. So first of all, the brother, he's in a little bit of trouble with some people he owes money to. So he immediately wants to just sell the place. But the sister gets this feeling like, this is home, this is mine. I can't. And so she works a deal with her brother that when they were growing up, they were part of a traveling puppet show. So they traveled all around, put on these shows, kind of like a carnival kind of thing. And so he says that they will do this with the house and have the show, and the money they make, he gets the money, she keeps the house, and then it's fair for both of them. But what they don't know is the dark past that has followed this house. And there is a, in some cases, it is a personified dark past that is following this house and trying to kill it. And so they then team up with this, or they don't team up, they kind of run across this Scooby-Doo type gang of people that know about this history and this, I think it's called the Long Man. That's kind of like a shadow man that's been haunting this house and hunting it down. And so they know all about that, and so they kind of team up with the brother and sister to protect the house and all of this. It is just, you know, the estranged siblings having to get back together and work through their things, and then the sister did not want to do this puppet show because she has a certain paranormal problem with these puppets that she has to work through. But just, you know, the Baba Yaga house and the road trip, and there is a viewpoint from the house from World War II, from the pogrom of the Jews in Russia, that is just heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking, and just all of those feels. It just has, I don't even know what time of year this is set, I have no idea, but it just has that kind of like, not real dark, but yet cool and getting there kind of darkness feel to it that I really, really love this book. So that was why I picked it for fall.
And then I have the Raven Boys series by Maggie Stiefvater.
Yeah.
This series is so stinking amazing. So it is kind of like a treasure hunt with these 4 boys and in blue, and they go on this quest to find this treasure that Gansey has been searching for so long, and he is like one of the only ones that believes it's actually out there, and there's like magic and ley lines and like all of these things, and it actually does take place in the fall, question mark? I don't know. I don't remember.
It does, because it's the start of the school year.
Yes. Okay, yeah, so it takes place
Yeah.
in the fall. So there we have our fall vibes immediately. And then you have magic. And then you have the treasure hunt. And you have this, like, little, this friendship group. And almost a found family aspect. A little hint of a romance in there. You have ghosts. You have spooky vibes. You have everything that you could ever want in this series.
And the woods.
And the woods.
They're in the woods.
How could I forget about the woods?
They're in the woods.
They're in the woods. So yeah, like, and it's so good. It's so good. I will never stop recommending this series. It is amazing, and it is perfect to read every fall/spooky season.
My next one is Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. She is the third daughter of a royal house of a very small country. And this larger country basically comes along and says they are going to take over. Did he come back up?
No, I just saw, like, I saw a flash of light, and I thought the light was flickering, but maybe I'm just crazy.
Yeah, who knows? Okay. Oh, the battery's going dead.
Got it.
Okay, so the older daughter basically marries the prince of this kingdom in order to keep them from invading and taking over and killing everybody in her country. But then they soon get word that this daughter had died under mysterious circumstances. So to keep the alliance, they marry off the second daughter. And of course the third daughter is having some real problems with this, and they get word that their second daughter, her sister, is pregnant and having problems. So this third daughter travels there to help her sister and soon realizes that there's something very wrong here and her sister's being abused. And so this tagline of this book, where this isn't a book where the princess falls for the prince, this is the book where she kills him. So she goes on this quest to try and find a way to kill the prince and save her sister. And so part of it is she goes off trying to find people of power who can help her with ways to do this, and she hooks up with this witch, this grave witch, I think, who has the demon chicken, which is very funny.
Love the demon chicken.
And they end up going to the goblin market, where she finds this human guy who's being kept as a slave, and they pick him up for their crew, and then they keep going along and they find this main character, her godmother Agnes, who's actually an evil fairy godmother. It's so funny. But there's found family, there's the road trip aspect, there's the dark but sweet magic, there's a skeleton dog, but it all still has that tone and that feel of dry leaves, you know, just that wind through dry leaves kind of feel to it. And of course it's T. Kingfisher, so it's funny and it's sweet and
Beautifully written.
it's beautiful. So, but yeah, it still gives me fall vibes too. But the Dust Witch. The Dust Witch. But she takes care of a graveyard, but she's the Dust Witch, yeah. But the demon chicken, who rides on the top of her cane. It's so funny.
Amazing.
So funny. Also on T. Kingfisher, I would honestly recommend any of her books for a fall read, because they've all got that mixture of darkness but sweetness and that balance. And well, I'd recommend her on any rec video because
Yeah. No, that's a fair rec.
Yep. Okay, so I have one more, and it is also a murder mystery, because there's just something about murder mysteries in the fall.
Yes.
Whenever they are. That is perfect. And that is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is a Sherlock Holmes style mystery set in a fantasy world. And I can't even go into the fantasy world without spending like 15 minutes describing it. So I'm just going to say, cool fantasy world. Really cool fantasy world. But in this book, you have Anna, who is the Sherlock type character. She's an investigator in this world. And then you have Din, who is her assistant. And the magic that these assistants have, you can like have yourself genetically modified in order to fit yourself to your job better, sort of thing. But it's so cool. Like, Din can go into a crime scene, and it's based on it associates things with taste and smell. So he will like either smell or drink something, and then he can like blink, and it turns like his brain into a recording. And so everything he sees is recorded, and all he has to do when he reports back to Anna is sniff that same smell, and it all comes back, like in perfect recall. It's
interesting.
So cool. Din is obviously the Watson type character. And just the relationship between the two of them, and the plot goes all kinds of crazy. There is a Sherlock Holmes style reveal at the end. But it's the first murder that they're investigating. Yes, the first murder they're investigating is like a higher up official in the military is found dead in his home because of a plant that grew up and shot through his body. So yeah, it's pretty neat. So there's some political intrigue in this. There is a threat, an outside threat from Mother Nature, basically. And of course, just the unusual deaths and the magic in this. And Anna's character is very quirky, in a somewhat disturbing kind of way. But yeah, murder mystery in a fantasy world, that is my fall vibe right there. Nothing else, even though it's half of the book is set in like a coastal, almost tropical kind of setting. But yeah, murder mystery, what can I say?
Can never go wrong.
So, and it's this just is so well done. So well done. Such a good murder mystery. So, that is my last one. Ooh. Okay.
Well, do you have any books that you are wanting to get to this fall? Like on your fall TBR?
Oh, I have all kinds. All kinds of books. What did I just say? The one that you read. Did I say I also wanted to read this fall? Well,
welcome back, Georgie.
There's George again.
A Prince of the Villain.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. Anyway, there is a... Really?
Get here, Georgie Porgy. Come over here.
Oh, maybe. All right.
That's fine. You can... Ow.
George, be nice. You came into our space this time. You be nice. I know that look. I know that look. Okay, so there is a new October Day book coming out, which I've lost faith in this series, but I'm so close to the end that I gotta keep going anyway. Oh, I have the sequel to The Tainted Cup that I have not read yet. Yeah. Grave Empire by Richard Swan, which is the new series from him, from one of my favorite series from last year, Empire of the Wolf. Necromantic magic kind of featured pretty heavily in those books, so I'm hoping it will in this one too. So I'd like to read that sometime this fall. I gotta read Immortality.
Oh, we both gotta read
We've gotta read that. Really need to get to My Heart is a Chainsaw. Need to get to that.
Yes, like yesterday.
I know. So yeah, I'm gonna read Zombie Bake Off too, even though it wasn't your favorite, but I'm still gonna read it. And I don't know, I'm a mood reader, whatever strikes my fancy at the time.
Yeah.
Probably. How about you? What's your fall plans? Yeah,
don't. I don't want to get too close.
Don't. He gets the crazy eyes. You can tell when he's getting ready to look at him.
He's getting set up to pounce.
Hey, watch yourself.
I want to read the sequel to the Monsterologist, or the next one in the series.
Oh yeah, I want to read that book too.
The Curse of the Wendigo, I think, is what the second one is called. Also, want to read The Spectacular, which is a book that somebody had recommended to us during one of our like book club things.
Oh yeah.
About the dancers or the yeah. I think it's like a murder mystery as well, or a thriller or something. But I really need to get to that and read it. I also want to dive into some Rachel Harrison. So like Cackle is probably the one that I want to start with her. I don't know. There's a book series that are like the Golden Girls Mysteries or something that just sound really funny and fun, so might get to those this fall. So there's just so many
there
books.
There is so many.
And funny enough, none of those books are on my TBR shelf currently, so I would have to go to the library and find them or something.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm trying. I got a whole stack of books over here I can pick from, so.
Yeah.
But yes. The new budget.
I don't like it.
No more bookshop trips.
Not for a little while.
Not for a while. But we do know the perfect Christmas present for Amy now.
Yes.
George, come here. Lay down. Lay down or get down. Ew. Okay. Been working on that one for a while. Lay down or get down. You don't listen. I will shove you off of here. Are you mad because we're in your napping spot? Okay. One way or another, kid, we gotta end this. So, come here. Come here. Okay, we'll get down then. All right, there we go.
That works.
One way or another.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy fall for us. It's always busy, but busy reading. So many books, so little time. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, okay.
With all that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing all the books that we recommend for some good cozy fall reading. If you have any recommendations, let us know down in the comments, because even though we have so many books we already want to read, we're always looking for more, because we're readers and we love to just have really long TBR lists.
Of course, and lots of books.
Exactly. So yeah, let us
know down there. Stop.
So yeah, also if you did like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and while you're down there giving the video a thumbs up, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button, join the Everyday Adventure family so you can see our beautiful faces every week, every Sunday, with new book videos. And also, if that is not enough, go and follow us over on TikTok and Instagram at Everyday Epic Book Club for even more content.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Because there is. Because Amy's channel is not just about the books. There's all kinds of other content like shopping hauls and home decorating and home renovations and kitty cats. And pretty soon, we are in spooky season, so there's a lot of spooky stuff. But I'm guessing that pretty soon she will be starting to prepare her house for her annual Halloween party.
Starts in September, guys.
There you go. So you can see that whole home transformation into that. And I also believe that at the moment there's some half marathon training going on over there. So
some bulking training.
If you're a runner, here you go. Here's some content for you. And that is still not all, because there is also a blog where you can go over and find articles on travel and also features like Watch It Wednesday and Foodie Fridays.
Yeah.
So check it all out and be a part of the entire Everyday Adventurer family.
Yeah, it's a great time, I promise.
Of course. Of course it is.
Of course.
Of course.
Alright, well, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'm Amy.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are
The Everyday Epic.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.